Luzon, Visayas, at Mindanao. Let's cool in! Mga kalabaw! Handa na ba kayo? Metro Manila's greatest hits is back. Ang lahat ng drama, ang lahat ng tawanan, musika at anong paman. Magkakasama pa rin tayo mga kalamaw. Sa lungkot at ligaya, tabi pa rin ang iyong paboritong tambayan. Broadcasting live from TVH Group of Networks. Ang iyong hipilan, ang iyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila. You are listening to Cool FM. This is Cool News at noon.
Good afternoon, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. It is now 12:05 p.m. and this is Cool News at noon. You're also listening right here on Cool FM Nationwide and on News Radio 93.1. Let's begin with our latest weather bulletin, or tropical cyclone weather bulletin as of 11 a.m. from Pagasa. All right, so we have our latest tropical cyclone weather bulletin as of 11 a.m. So let's start with the location of the center as of 10 a.m. In center of the eye, observed Typhoon Pepito was estimated based on all available data, including from the diet and Valier water radius at 120 kilometers east of Valier, Aurora. For intensity, we have maximum sustained winds of 185 kilometers per hour near the center, gustiness of up to 230 kilometers per hour, and central pressure of 935 HPA. For the present movement, we have northwestward at 22 kilometers per hour. And for the extent of tropical cyclone winds, we have strong to typhoon force winds extend upwards up to 300 kilometers from the center. And for the track and intensity forecast, we have starting with the 12-hour forecast from 8 p.m. on November 17. We have in the vicinity of San Juan, La Union, with 60% latency and 120.4 with the log. For 24-hour forecast, we have 270 kilometers west of Patak, Ilos Norte, and 18.0 lengthy and 118.4 long. For 36-hour forecast, by the time it will already be outside the Philippine area of responsibility, that is 490 kilometers west of Lalak City, Ilos Norte. And for 48-hour forecast, it's 710 kilometer west of Lalak City, Ilos Norte. 60-hour forecast with 895 kilometers west of North Luzon, that's outside Bar. And 72-hour forecast, that would be the next day would already be outside the Philippine area of responsibility. Again, apologies for the way how I read this thing. I'm not good at this one, but we will do our best to deliver our coverage on the Super Typhoon Pepito, especially that we care about our people's lives here. All right, so let's move on onto the wind signal level now. For the wind signal number 5, we have the eastern portion of Bonito Islands for Luzon. And for signal number 4, we have again for Luzon, Aurora, Quirino, Nueva Vizcaya, the southern portion of Ifugao, the southern portion of Banguet, the southern portion of La Union, the eastern portion of Pagkasianhan, the eastern portion of Nueva Ecija, the northern portion of Quezon, including the rest of Polillo Islands and Calaguas Islands. For signal number 3, we have the southern portion of Isabela, the rest of Ifugao, Mountain Province, the southern portion of Abra, Ilusor, the rest of Banguet, the rest of Laguna, the rest of Pangasinan, the northern portion of Zambales, Tarlac, the rest of Nueva Ecija, the northern portion of Pampanga, the northern portion of Bulacan, the northern portion of Rizal, the eastern portion of Laguna, the central and eastern portion of Quezon, and the western portion of Camarines Norte. For signal number 2, we have the rest of Isabela, the the southwestern portion of Minan Cadian, Kalinga, the southern portion of Apayao, the rest of Apra, Ilos Norte, the rest of Zambales, Bataan, the rest of Pampanga, the rest of Bulacan, Metro Manila, the rest of Rizal, Cavite, the rest of Laguna, the rest of Quezon, the rest of Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, and the western portion of Catanduanes. And finally, for the signal number 1, we have the rest of mainland Cagayan, the rest of Apayao, Pantagas, the northern portion of Occidental Mindoro, including Lubang Islands, the northern portion of Oriental Mindoro, the northern portion of Romblon, Marinduque, the northern portion of Masbate, including Burias and Pico Islands, Albay, Sorsogon, and the rest of Catanduanes. It looks like the areas for Visayas that were previously placed under wind signal number 1 have managed to leave the risk of areas being affected by Super Typhoon Pepito, at least for Visayas. And now for the heavy rainfall outlook. I think we have already said that here last time here, but yeah. So for the severe, I think you get what I mean here. So there you have it. So that's the latest wind signals for wind signal levels for the Super Typhoon Pepito as of 11 a.m. from Pagasa. And now, we will now move on to the next headlines, the others. All right, now let's move on into the rest. Police anti-illegal drugs operative seized on Saturday, November 16, more than 20.9 million pesos worth of shabu from 2 alleged high-value traffickers in Sariaya town in Quezon Province. Caller Ruben Lacuseta, Quezon Police Chief, reported that members of the local police drug enforcement unit arrested at 8:25 p.m. Chan 26 and Michael 29 after reportedly selling shabu worth 8,000 pesos to a poster buyer in Barangay Guis Talon. The operators confiscated from the suspects 1 sealed plastic bag and 4 plastic sachets containing shabu weighing 1 kilo and 25 grams and an estimated dangerous drugs board value of 6,970,000 pesos. The seized shabu is worth 20,910,000 pesos in the street market at the prevailing price of 20,400 pesos per gram, according to the police. Also confiscated was a motorcycle believed to have been used by the suspects in their alleged illegal business and a mobile phone, which will be examined for records of drug transactions. Authorities are investigating the source of the illegal drugs. Police tagged both suspects, residents of neighboring Candelaria town, as persons included in the police drug watch list as HVI or high-value individuals on the local drug scene. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 12:12 p.m. We will return with more news headlines along with the international and showbiz right here on koolNews at noon. Stick around, people. We will be right back.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by Neutral Lifestyle Low-Fat Milk Powder. So good you'll float. Product excellence of Hongsang. Pride Powder Detergent. All you need is pride. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality. ACS. Venom Powered Shit Energy Drink with Malunggay. CFB. Express the freedom of banking. Open your account today at CFB, a member of Crosslink and supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Star Wax Floor Wax with waterproof formula, long-lasting shine. Star Wax Floor Wax, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified world-class quality. ACS. And TVH, the home of entertainment. Tutok na sa TVH. Available in high definition via Delsat TV. Bisitahin ang youtube.com/@TVH Network PH para sa inyong paboritong mga highlights at live shows.
Iwasan ang mahabang pila. Ang pandaraya sa buwis, bayan ang maghihinagpis. Tamang buwis ay bayaran sa ikaunlad ng bayan. Lahat tayo ay magtulong-tulong. Paghingi ng resibo ay isulong. Iwasan makandado. Magbayad ng wasto. Sa BIR magparehistro bago magnegosyo para hindi makalaboso. Magbayad ng maaga.
Isang public service announcement mula po sa 101.3 Radyo natin TGON at BIR RDO number 35 Romblon.
Spice ganda!
And my for Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals.
Huwag nang gumastos ng sobra-sobra pa.
99 pesos na lang, sulit busog ka na.
Ang mabusugera.
Extra rice na iraramba. Extra busog sa Crispy Chicken Filet Meal at Crispy Chicken Filet Ala King Meal na may extra rice na. 99 pesos lang in all stores.
Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals, 99 pesos na lang. Ang mabusugera.
Yay! Konti na lang! Tapos na tong school project ko!
Today pala deadline nito.
Lagot!
Bakit nga ba ako pumasok dito sa kusina? Ano nga ba kukunin ko?
Naku po!
Incorrect password? Ano nga ba yung password ko?
Ano nga ba? Memo Plus Gold with Bacopa Monnieri Extract. Iba ang Brainy Good.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Memo Plus Gold ay hindi gamot at hindi maaaring gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit. Mas matindi na ang init at ulan ngayon, kaya dapat Elastosil na with Solasomer 3X formula. UV resistant, puno na flexible premium polymers. Matibay, 3 times sa tumatagal. Versus competing brand. Tag-init o tag-ulan, Elastosil mo yan. Pioneer, do it right.
Pabili po ng dalawang Nor Chicken Cubes.
O, eto.
Ha? Isa lang po to
Doble yan.
Ang Nor Cubes ay may doble-doble. Nor Cubes doble. 2 for 10 lang yan. Sulit na sulit. Mapapaulit. Nor Cubes doble pack.
Ang sarap-sarap ng doble-doble with Nor Cubes Doble Pack. 2 cubes for 10 pesos SRP lang.
Also available in pork.
Promo lasts from January 2, 2024 to January 1, 2025 per TOH FDA CRR permit number 1589 series of 2023.
Tuhod, siko, baywa, pag laging pasan ang sakit sa kasukasuan, sign na yan ng arthritis o joint deterioration. Karaniwan kapag nagkakaedad na, kailangan ng tibay at ginhawang makakapitan. Kaya ng artrisin yan. May undenatured type 2 collagen at methylsulfonyl methane na maaaring makatulong protektahan ang kalusugan ng kasukasuan. Make the right move. Uminom ng artrisin araw-araw. Mabibili ang artrisin sa mga leading drugstores nationwide. Mahalaga ang paalala, ang artrisin ay hindi gamot at hindi maaaring gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Magpapasko na! Huwag manghihina! Lumalabas sa survey na prone ang prostate cancer sa mga edad 40 pataas sa kalalakihan. Para maiwasan, mag-Markup Capsule Food Supplement. Ito ay may mackerel extract at horny goat upang maibalik ang tikas at lakas. Mag-Markup Capsule Food Supplement araw-araw para always kang ready. Ito ay hatid sa inyo ng Jmar Herbs Incorporated. Kasangga, maligayang Pasko at manigong bagong taon. Ang Markup Capsule Food Supplement ay mabibili na sa inyong suking butika at drugstores dito mismo sa ating lugar.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Markup Food Supplement Capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi maaaring gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Now you have a healthier choice. Introducing the new Dunkin' plant-based donuts with 3 flavors to choose from: mango tart, mango cereal, and nuts, coconut crunch. Try it now. Available at selected Dunkin' stores nationwide at 50 pesos each.
Kung pagpipiliin kung anong kakainin, gulay ang aking tanging hiling. Karning repolyo at carrots, masustansyang talaga. Broccoli at cauliflower, puno ng vitaminas. Saro, bell pepper at saka sayote. Masarap na iulam, champion na putahe. Mabuti sa katawan, the best sa isipan. Mga gulay ang superstar sa aming kainan. Tara na't kumain at tangkilikin. Gulay na nakahain, huwag palalampasin. Laksa na healthy pa, punong-puno ng sustansya. Gulay number one.
Ang mensaheng ito ay handog sa inyo ng Department of Agriculture at ng hipilang ito.
D3 Bio. Babalik-balik na tarkaso at lamdan, mag-D3 Bio ka na. Sagana sa lauric acid na kinukonvert na katawan sa monolaurine na mas potent na antiviral agent. D3 Bio. Panglaban mo sa viral na nagdudulot ng pabalik-balik na tarkaso at lamdan. D3 Bio. D3 Bio. Ang extra virgin coconut oil na may vitamin D3. Ang vitamin D3 na may extra virgin coconut oil. Mabibili sa mga suki ninyong butika nationwide. Dito na tayo sa subok na D3 Bio.
Babala sa publiko, pinababatid ng National Telecommunications Commission o NTC sa publiko na may natatanggap itong mga ulat tungkol sa mga taong nagpapanggap di umano na tauhan o empleyado ng NTC. Ayon sa ilang ulat na natatanggap ng NTC Consumer Welfare and Protection Division, ang mga scammer ay tumatawag sa biktima at tatakutin na ang numero nito ay sangkot sa isang scam. Ang nasabing biktima ay hihikayatin na magbigay ng pera upang hindi na masampahan ng kaso at matanggal sa listahan ng mga nang-i-scam ang numero nito. Madiin na pinapaalalahanan ng NTC ang publiko na ibayong mag-ingat mula sa ganitong uri ng modus. Ito ay isang uri din ng scam at hindi lehitimo ang mga tawag na ito. Kung may impormasyon sa ganitong uri ng scam, maaaring ipaalam sa NTC upang magawan agad ng karampatang aksyon. Pagbigay alam ang ganito o iba pang uri ng mga scam sa mga susunod na opisyal na mekanismo ng NTC. Complaint links sa www.ntc.gov.ph. Mag-email sa contratextcam@ntc.gov.ph. consumer@ntc.gov.ph. Pagtawag sa 1682 24/7 Consumer Hotline at ang mga numerong 892-04464, 892-67722, and 892-13251 mula 8 a.m. hanggang 5 p.m. Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Nagpapasalamat ang NTC sa mga miyembro ng publiko na nagpabatid tungkol sa nasabing uri ng panloloko.
You're listening to Cool FM.
Number one sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa!
Welcome back. Let's continue with our headlines, starting with our continued coverage on Super Typhoon Pepito. 2 people were reportedly injured and over 852,000 individuals nationwide were affected by Super Typhoon Pepito, the latest National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council data revealed. The council said these cases were monitored in Central Luzon based on its 8 a.m. situational report on Sunday. On the other hand, 111,658 of the 852,475 affected individuals were displaced. 75,581 are inside evacuation centers nationwide, while 36,077 took shelter elsewhere. According to the report, the affected individuals were monitored in Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, Region 5, and Cordelia Administrative Region. Meanwhile, the damage brought by Pepito in the crop sector has reached 855,326 pesos so far, affecting 52 farmers. The government distributed over 45 million pesos worth of assistance. As of 4 a.m., Pepito was last seen 85 kilometers northeast of Duguid, Camias Norte, moving over the sea east of the Bigo region. It was packing maximum sustained winds of 185 kilometers per hour near the center, with gustiness of up to 255 kilometers per hour. Pepito was moving west-northwestward at 15 kilometers per hour. Onto the normal headlines now. The Philippines has sent to Japan its first shipment of avocados worth around 2 million pesos, thus expanding its access to the lucrative food market. Agriculture Attaché Maria Alilia Maghirang of the Philippine Agriculture Office in Tokyo said the Philippines was the first in Asia to export has avocados to Japan. This provides local producers with an excellent opportunity to capitalize on Japan's growing demand for fresh fruits, Mahiram said in a statement over the weekend. Bureau of Plant Industry Director Gero Galant Panganiban said 2,240 boxes containing 12,320 kilograms of this popular fruit worth $40,320 or approximately 2.4 million pesos had been delivered to Japan. The target next year is to ship 88,000 boxes equivalent to 484,000 kilograms of avocados, amounting to $1.584 million, he said. Japan is a major importer of avocados with imports valued at $160 million last year, equivalent to 61,000 metric tons. Its key suppliers include Mexico, Peru, Australia, New Zealand, and the United States. The inclusion of this particular fruit to the country's export portfolio to Japan, which already includes bananas and pineapples, came more than a decade after the government launched the export request in 2011. Securing the access to Japan's highly competitive market for avocados is a significant step forward in our trade relations with Japan, Ganiban said. The DA said this development further solidifies the Philippines' position as a key supplier of high-quality fruits to Japan. We are optimistic that this access granted by Japan will lead to opportunities in other international markets for locally grown avocados, Agriculture Secretary Francisco Laurel Jr. said. And now let's get onto the international headlines. Facing questions about an alleged sexual assault and metaphysical team tattoos linked to extremist groups, Donald Trump's Defense Secretary nominee Pete Hesser would struggle to be confirmed for the job under normal circumstances. But these are not normal times in Washington. Hesser, a Fox News host, was picked up by Trump on Tuesday in one of several nominations that wrong-footed even some in his remodeled Republican Party and threw down a challenge to the Senate. To take up the position as head of the Pentagon to oversee 3.4 million employees, Secretary said will require confirmation from the upper house, and Trump is publicly pressuring lawmakers to show loyalty to his agenda. Revelations in recent days about the 44-year-old have made his path to power more difficult, including that the thrice-married former soldier was investigated for sexual assault in California in 2017. No charges were filed over an encounter in a Monterey hotel that saw an unnamed accuser lodge a police report, but the claim has led to questions about the vetting process for the former soldier. He was cleared, his lawyer Timothy Parala Torres told NBC News on Friday. There's not much more that I can say. It didn't happen. Israel launched a wave of airstrikes on Hezbollah bastions in Beirut and Lebanon on Saturday, as the Iranian-backed militants said they fired on several Israeli military bases around the coastal city of Haifa. Israel's military reported a heavy rocket barrage on Haifa and said a synagogue was hit, wounding 2 civilians. A military statement shortly before midnight said Hezbollah had fired around 88 projectiles at the country Saturday. Israel has escalated its bombing of Lebanon since September 23 and has since sent in ground troops following almost a year of limited cross-border exchanges of fire begun by Iran-backed Hezbollah militants in support of Hamas in Gaza. In the Palestinian territory where Hamas attacked on Israel triggered the war, the Civil Defense Agency reported 24 people killed in strikes Saturday. Security services in Israel said 2 flares landed near Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's residence in the town of Jezreel, sort of Haifa, but he was not home. The incident comes about a month after the drone targeted the same residence, which Hezbollah claimed. Israel's military chief said Saturday Hezbollah had already paid a big price, but Israel will keep fighting until tens of thousands of its residents displaced from the north can return safely. AFP TV footage showed the fresh strikes Saturday on the southern suburbs of Beirut as Hezbollah's stronghold after Israel's military told residents to leave. Lebanon's state-run national news agency reported a series of strikes. The Israel military said aircraft had targeted a weapons storage facility and Hezbollah command center. And thousands of bushfires were burning across Australia's Victoria State Sunday, authorities said, forcing the evacuation of residents and destroying at least one home. Strong winds and high temperatures sparked 80 fires on Saturday, which hundreds of firefighters are battling. Two fires in the state's western and southern regions are the most challenging, fire authorities said Sunday, and will likely burn for quite some time. Victorian Emergency Management Commissioner Rick Nugent added the two fires had burned more than 1,900 hectares and were not yet under control. There are stocks and agricultural losses in those areas, and our teams will continue to make assessments of the impact throughout the day. At least one home has been destroyed in the western part of the state, but there are fears more homes were lost. Among the among the hundreds of residents evacuated were 10 hikers from the national park, said fire authorities said Sunday. There were no reported deaths Sunday. Authorities have urged evacuated residents to avoid returning home until they are told it is safe. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, in the showbiz now, Philippines' Chelsea Manalo ended her Miss Universe journey on Sunday after she failed to make it to the top 12 of the pageant. Manalo managed to proceed to the semifinals together with 29 other candidates, allowing her to compete in the swimsuit competition with her lilac two-piece swimwear with a sheer golden capping. At that event, she displayed her signature pasarela, which she called the Tampisa Walk, that showed her slightly dragging her foot. This is a note to OPM band Lola Amor's Reigning Emerlila, which she first showcased at the Miss Universe Philippines national competition. However, the Philippines did not make it to the next elimination round. The candidates who proceeded to the top 10 were Bolivia, Mexico, Venezuela, Argentina, Puerto Rico, Nigeria, Russia, Chile, Thailand, Denmark, Canada, and Peru. And final thing, one more thing before we wrap up our newscast. We have a Miss Universe winner, and that is Chelsea. And that is Denmark. Yes, Denmark is the winner of the Miss Universe 2024, and it is, yes, you heard me right, still Denmark. Oh, so yeah. So Denmark is leading the Miss Universe this year. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 12:31 p.m. We will continue on our special coverage of Super Typhoon Pepito later with koolNews at 4, along with more news and headlines. And as always, you can also send us your comments, suggestions, and feedback at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. Until later, I am Caro, and this has been koolNews at 2. We'll see you later. Take care and mabuhay and stay safe. Goodbye for now.